did the episode and I realized that what had passed last week was the 13-year anniversary of the fight between Sugar Shane Mosley and Miguel Cotto at Madison Square Garden. And it was a big fight, and in the context of the time, they were both, very relevant fighters. But I was at the fight, and that was 13 years ago, last week, and it was one of the first fights I had ever been to. I think it maybe was the second fight I ever went to. And I just remember the atmosphere being unlike any sporting event I'd ever been to. There were people dressed cooler than anybody I had ever seen in my entire life. I saw so many brightly colored suits and dudes that just looked like pimps and just looked fucking cool as shit. Everybody was super friendly. Like, if you ever been to a fight, like, whoever you're sitting around, that's your friends for the day. Like, that's just who you're talking to. And that's one of the best things about going to the fight. So my experience of that fight was that, the energy in the Garden was electric. It really was. There was a lot of anticipation. If you've ever been to a Miguel Cotto fight in New York City, you know that the New Yorican fan base is very loyal and very proud and very exciting to watch a fight with, to be honest with you. And there, I don't know, it was a really special event. It was a great fight. It was a very close fight. I remember I actually looked this up and it was true. I thought maybe I made it up in my head as like a 14-year-old at the time. But they landed the same number of punches in the fight, actually. And ultimately, those two guys wound up being two of the greats of all time, of course. They probably already were by the time they fought each other. But anyways, it was a great fight. And I just wanted to, pay a little homage to that night because for me personally as a boxing fan, I had already been a fan for a long time. But going to that fight and being in that atmosphere and seeing the energy and the style and the swag that boxing can bring, if I wasn't sucked in already, man, I was fully sucked in at that point. So, that was fucking cool. That was a great event.